Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to talk about what you need to know before starting Merch by Amazon. I'm going to try to make this pretty definitive. We're going to keep it high level so the video doesn't go on too long, but I'm also going to tell you literally the need to know, the stuff that I feel like is a requirement before you push your first product for sale on Merch by Amazon. But I'm even going to start at the beginning and talk about when you're applying for your account, because Merch by Amazon is invite only. So let's get started. Real quick, before we get to the video, just wanted to remind you to enter my weekly print-on-demand giveaway. It's completely free. 2 winners are selected every Sunday. You can enter in like 10 seconds. There's a link in the description, and you'll have a chance to win a license to Merch Titan's upload automation, Merch Ninja research tools, both of which are great for Merch by Amazon, by the way. All Sunset's premium pre-made designs, also great for Merch by Amazon, and Bubble Scout, a niche research and validation tool for Redbubble. All right, let's get right into it. Starting with applying for Merch by Amazon. This is a pain point for a lot of people. I know that because I also have a Merch by Amazon Facebook group, and there is very commonly questions about how to get accepted. Now, the first thing I want to say is that you can apply at merch.amazon.com or at amazon.com/merch. Both URLs take you to the same place. I'll put a link in the description that you can click to get there. When you apply to Merch by Amazon, and by the way, the only way to really know this stuff is to work for their team, but I've been paying close attention for over 4 years now, so I've got a pretty good idea of how this works. The first thing I want to say is that I really do think there are bad times to apply and good times to apply. And I think a good time to apply is actually any time that's not a bad time. Let's just put it that way. I know that's kind of confusing, but when it's a bad time to apply, it's during times like the fourth quarter. In the past, Merch by Amazon would suspend uploads. We couldn't create new products because it was the fourth quarter and the server load, I guess, was so high from just the customer volume. So that would certainly be a bad time to apply. I know they weren't letting people in when they weren't even letting the people who were already accepted push new products during the busiest time of year. Other bad times to apply, right now might even be considered a bad time to apply. There hasn't been a tier up in a long time. And tier ups are where they increase the number of products that you're allowed to sell based on your success. They haven't done that in a while because they're currently doing like a massive rollout of a really big change to Merch by Amazon. And it's not something we're going to cover in this video because this is going to be really high level and beginner. But when you sign up, guys, I recommend answering every question, even the optional ones, and pretend that you are a true expert when it comes to selling merch online, selling t-shirts online, selling whatever it is that you sell online. Pretend to be put imposter syndrome away for a second. Pretend that you are the expert, because on the flip side of this, nobody at Merch by Amazon reads it. These are all automated. Yes, that's true. The volume of applications they get, there is a 0% chance that that Jeff Bezos is paying people to field these applications. There's way too many of them, and there's way too many people that get let in. There's way too many people that get rejected. So just do the best you can to fill it out. And if you are not accepted, you can reapply. Now, you may need to log out of the Amazon account that you used to apply, start a new account, start a new email, start a new account, and reapply from there. Now, I've heard some people apply as many as 6 times before getting in, so that was really bad luck. I've even heard of one person, I can't verify this, but they said they had applied 15 times before getting let in. Okay, so don't give up. But at the same time, if you get to the point where you want to give up, you can also shoot me a message directly, because there are alternative ways of getting a Merch by Amazon account. That's all I'm going to say. All right, day 1, this is assuming that you just received that glorious email from Merch by Amazon that you have been accepted, that you can now log in and begin, right? And I remember when I first got my Merch by Amazon account, it was probably 2 months after I had initially applied. Now, this is in early 2017. I actually applied once before that in late 2016, never heard back. So I applied again in early 2017 and was accepted about 2 months later. Now, I sat on my account for almost a full month without using it. Fortunately, one day it crossed my mind, oh yeah, I have that Merch by Amazon account. I should use it. And I remember not knowing what the heck to do. So that's what I'm gonna kind of cover for you in this video now that you have gotten accepted into Merch by Amazon. So this is what your dashboard will look like by default. There's actually a Chrome extension called Pretty Merch. You can get the free version and it'll make your dashboard look a lot better and a lot more intuitive. I'll drop a link in the description, but it is not required. It's just a nice to have because it makes it a lot I don't know. It just makes it more fun. Let's call it. And it makes your dashboard prettier. That's why they call it Pretty Merch. Anyways, guys, the only thing you need to do if it's day one is click that create design link in the top right and create your first design. Speaking of design, let's get started. Wait, never mind, guys. We got to slow down a second. And I'm sure some of you saw this coming. Before we even get to designing, we need to talk about niche selection. We're not going to talk too much about this, but guys, just know that like there's a lot to cover between all of these things that I'm kind of breezing through right now. When it comes to niche selection, the first thing I want to recommend, look at Amazon, like actually go to Amazon.com and pretend you're a customer and type in whatever t-shirt, funny t-shirt, or, if there's a holiday coming up, type in that holiday t-shirt. Look at what's selling. Typically the stuff on page 1 near the top is moving quite a few units, especially when you type in generic keywords like funny t-shirt. If you type in funny t-shirt, the stuff that you see is going to be selling really well. The reason I recommend this is because if your goal is to make sales and make money, you need to be selling things that people are actually looking to buy. I know that that's obvious, but we've all been there where we kind of lose sight of that and we go down some rabbit hole and then we're like, why isn't this selling? Oh yeah, because nobody's looking to buy it. So actually sell what people are selling, what people are buying. The second thing you need to do, and this is no fun, but you need to go to tmsearch.uspto.gov. Of course, I'll put a link in the description. And you need to click basic word mark search and actually look up whatever text you want to put on your t-shirt and try to verify that it is not trademarked. Now, I just dropped a video a couple days ago going a little bit more in depth into how to validate that what you want to sell is safe. I will put a link to it right here in the YouTube cards. And that is a good watch. I would say it's definitely something you should watch. All right. So now that you're good to go. Oh yeah, before I forget, I actually just today published a mini course. This isn't one of my free mini courses. This is a paid one, but for $49, you can join my Ryan's Method niche research course, and it'll walk you through how to identify the high demand, low competition niches, evergreen niches, trends, using free tools, using paid tools. It also shows you how I've hit some really big trends that have made me thousands of dollars in a single day. There will be a link in the description if anybody's interested. All right, now let's talk about design. Now that we've got a niche that we've settled on that you want to design in, how the heck do we make a design? Well, there are 2 popular free graphic design applications that I'm going to recommend in this video, keeping it high level for beginners. The first one is called Canva. And while this is free, in order to actually use it for Merch by Amazon, you're probably going to have to pay like $10 a month or use it for 1 month and pay $10, whatever. And I think if you pay annual, it's like $9 or $8. But Canva is probably the most popular and most user-friendly graphic design application out there, and it runs in your web browser. So you don't need to install anything, which I know keeps it simple. People like simplicity. This is a good place to start. I'll put a link in the description, or use Photopea. This may look like Photoshop if you're familiar with Photoshop. However, they basically cloned it, built it into a web browser. And I just realized the link up there is not updated, but I will put an updated link in the description for Photopea. This is completely free to use. You don't need to start an account. You never need to pay. And it's got most of the functionality that Photoshop has, except it's built into your web browser. So this is also a great option. Now, when you start your design, guys, you want to set your canvas to the dimensions 4,500 by 5,400. I will also note that in the description, and I'll put everything in order as I'm covering it in this video to make your life easier. Now, here is an example of a best-selling t-shirt that's making about $5.20 profit per sale. It's got 234 reviews, which means it's probably sold, I don't know, 1,000 to maybe even more shirts. And look at it. Look at the design. It's just text. It's just text. So if you're not a good designer, guys, don't try to get cute with your design capabilities. Keep it simple, especially if you're just starting off. Make simple designs like this one, text only. White text against a dark colored background shirt works great. You don't need to overthink this one. All right, that is my recommendation. This is the what to know before you start, and I'm telling you, keep it simple. You can get more complicated later, but it's best to give yourself the best chance to succeed right out of the gate, because when you make some sales, you get that tailwind, you get confidence, and you can ride that. All right, now let's talk about creating your product listing, actually uploading. So remember when I said go back and hit that create design button? Well, after you hit create design, you will be taken to the, I guess let's call it a wizard, to create a new product on Merch by Amazon. Now, in the top right corner, you should be able to hit a button. I forget what the button says. It's probably like select products or product selection, and it'll hit you with that pop-up that you see on the left-hand side. If you are in tier 10 just starting off, my recommendation is unselect everything and then manually click where it says standard t-shirt under .com. Standard t-shirts are the best selling products on Merch by Amazon, and .com is the US marketplace, which has the most customers. So when you do this, you're giving yourself the highest earning potential. That is my recommendation. Then click continue button down there. And now you are going to upload your design to your standard t-shirt. The same design that you exported. Sorry, I should back up. When you used either Canva or Photopea, you used the 4500 by 5400 pixel dimensions. When you're ready to save your design, you export it as a PNG file, a transparent PNG file. You disable the background, okay? When you're ready to upload that design, all you have to do is click into the middle there where it says upload artwork, and then just navigate to where you save that design on your computer and upload it. That's all you got to do. Next, you need to choose your fit types. By default, the youth checkbox will not be checked. If you're going to offer it in youth sizing, you need to make sure that you adhere to the merch content policy. I can also link that in the description, and it's worth a read, honestly. It's up there in terms of importance with checking trademarks. So I just want to get that out there. If you select the youth checkbox, it can't be like about drugs, alcohol, anything like that. It needs to be very youth friendly, let's say. Okay, so you choose your fit types, then you need to select colors. You can select up to 10 colors. How easy is this, by the way? You're now selling a t-shirt on the world's largest e-commerce marketplace, and you can offer up to 10 colors and I think like 6 different sizes, or actually there's men's, then women's, then youth. So you get a bunch of different sizes. This is all taken care of for you, just like that, just because you applied and were accepted to Merch by Amazon. It's pretty crazy. So you can select up to 10 colors. I typically recommend optimize your designs to be light in the foreground. That's why I said like white text against a dark colored background. The best selling color is black, by the way. All right, and then you need to enter a list price. The default price is $19.99, and this is honestly not a bad price point, generally speaking, but if you want to increase the likelihood of making sales in the near term, which will then, each sale is going to help your account scale up. We call them tier ups, where Merch by Amazon, initially when you're accepted, you can only list 10 products for sale. Well, actually, they just changed how that kind of works, but I don't want to get complicated. Let's just say 10 products. If you're able to make some sales, they will increase that number to 25. If you make more sales, they'll take it to 100, and then 500, then 1,000. So if you want to increase the likelihood of making a tier up through making more sales, you can drop that price, the default price, from $19.99 to $13.07. Now, this is, again, standard t-shirts. If you sell on another product type, there's going to be different pricing. $13.07 is for the standard t-shirts, and when you sell at that price point, you make $0 profit, but it also entices customers with the low price point. Next, you need to include, at a minimum, a title, a brand, and actually it's just those two things. The bullets 1 and 2 and the description are optional. My recommendation, guys, is put your most valuable keywords in the title, and the way you describe your shirt, mimic how a customer would search for it. So if you create a funny Father's Day t-shirt because it's got a dad joke on it, the first thing I would do in your title is type funny Father's Day shirt. And then with whatever space you have left, because they do have a 60 character limit, type the words that are on the shirt into your title. So in your title, put like funny Father's Day shirt and then put the actual joke. In the brand, just say something that mentions Father's Day, because those are the primary keywords you're targeting. Now, the bullets, I do recommend filling in, but you don't want to get too cute, because if every word that you type into the bullets, into the description, you're increasing the likelihood of triggering a rejection, because you might include a word that the Merch by Amazon algorithm does not like. Okay, this is something you're just going to need to get a feel for over time. One rejection is not that big of a deal, but if you get a bunch of them, you may lose your account. So you just need to be safe. A couple minutes ago, when I linked to that video that I dropped earlier this week, that video is seriously worth watching, because it's going to help you avoid these, figuratively speaking, landmines of words and keep your account safe. Okay, I do also recommend, though, put in additional like sentences about your shirt that describe like why somebody would buy them, why somebody would wear them, where you might wear them, things like that. But don't keyword stuff. And the description is optional because it doesn't get indexed. I typically just put a generic copy paste description that applies anywhere, and I just keep it simple. All right, then scroll down. Under product availability on Amazon, you should just leave the default, which is searchable. So no need to do anything here. And then you should see a publish button. After you click publish, you should see a pop-up that says confirm your products. You're submitting a design to the following products. Standard t-shirt. These products will be published as searchable. All customers will be able to search and find these products on Amazon. You will not be able to edit these products until they are finished processing. So when you submit this, guys, when you hit publish, it's going to go into a status, and you can see the status on your top navigation bar. So if you scroll back up to the top of the page after you submit, you can click manage, and then you will see your submission. And I'm actually blocking. I'll hide myself real quick. Under status, it says under review. If you're in tier 10, all of your design submissions, I haven't been in tier 10 in 4 years, but I think all your submissions go to review, and they tend not to review any submissions over the weekend. So if you have something that you submitted on Saturday, and in Saturday morning, you might need to wait till Monday before you see any movement on it, but don't freak out. It's okay. If you submit it on a Monday, typically in my experience, I think 24 hours, you should see a response. And you typically want to see it shift from under review to processing. When you see processing, that's the green light. You're good to go. It's only a matter of time before it's going to be live and for sale on Amazon. And when it's live and for sale, again, under status, you will see live, and you'll be able to click a link where your title was. And when you click that link, it'll take you to the product page on Amazon. You can send it to your friends, family. You can put it on social media. You can buy it yourself. Yes, you can buy your own products. One distinction before we're done with this video that I should make is that these products are sold by Amazon. The Merch by Amazon portal that I just walked you through is a pared down version of Amazon, of how to sell on Amazon. The correct, intended way to sell on Amazon, where our listings are owned by us, is called Amazon Seller Central, and that is a whole nother beast that would require a much more thorough and much longer video, so I'm not going to get too in-depth there, but I did want to make that distinction that these listings are sold by Amazon, and Amazon pays us a royalty when we make sales. By the way, speaking of getting paid, I know that's the last question that you guys had to ask, so let's get right to it. You will get paid once a month, and I'm not really an expert on payment because I don't pay that much attention. I've got so much going on in my life that it's like I just assume that they give me the money that I'm owed and life is good. But I will say once a month you get paid. I get paid via direct deposit. I think you can use Payoneer if you're international to also get paid out if you don't have a bank account. There's a weird thing where people that are international think that they're losing money because Amazon Merch will withhold, I think, 30% as taxes. But I just want to clear this up for everybody that's international. We all pay taxes. Yours get automatically taken out. We just have to pay the government manually. You know what I mean? So it's actually easier if they just take the taxes out for you. Whereas we have to actually figure out what we owe. And some of us are in a higher tax bracket than whatever they're taking out of yours. So it can actually be worse. So anyways, don't worry about the tax side of things if that's automatically taken out. And when they pay you, they may withhold some in case there's returns. I'm not an expert on when that happens. I think it happens typically in January because there's a lot of post-Christmas returns. But again, I don't pay that close attention. I just know that they always make it right. They'll always pay you what you're owed. It just may be on a little bit more of a delay so that they don't pay you and take a loss if a customer returns something. All right, hey guys, that was pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video, but let's finish up by taking advantage of a free 7-day Amazon Merch mini course that I wrote, and it is very thorough. I mean, it's just sign up for it, basically. All I need is your email address. I'll send you one lesson a day, and again, it's completely free. Again, very thorough. It'll include a bunch of written content as well as video tutorials. And you can find a link in the description to take advantage of that. Also in the description, you can find a link to my Merch by Amazon Facebook group, which is growing rapidly, and there's a lot of great discussion in there. Hopefully I knocked out a lot of questions in this video that pop up in that Facebook group. Last but not least, guys, I wrote a full Amazon Merch course outlining everything that I learned over the last 4+ years, taking my account from tier 10 to tier 200,000, literally everything. And in the bonus module, I show you how to use automation to really put your foot on the gas, but also remove the requirement for this to be an active every single day thing that you have to do. So anyways, it's a really good course, a lot of great feedback there. And I'm currently reworking it to update it for 2021. So there's that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you learned anything and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you tomorrow.